So I decided one day that I was going to challenge myself and register a business. PR has always been something that I loved doing. I'll tell all the young people to stop sleeping, wake up, and find that which makes you happy and turn it into an income. And we must remember that we are actually the leaders of tomorrow. We're going to be the presidents, the ministers, so somehow we need to wake up and start taking ownership to our lives.
I love that you said that. Hello and welcome to the show today. Today we're chilling with the one and only Minnie-Lee. She's in the building and I'm so excited to be talking about your new book, Down South. I hope you guys are ready to be entertained. It's about to be an amazing show. Thank you so much for tuning in every week. It's a new season and we are all about new artists on the show. For the people that don't know, just give us a bit background of how it was for you growing up. What kind of person were you when you grew up, Minnie?
Well, I was a very quiet and reserved person. The kind of girl who never had a boyfriend in high school. You too. Oh my God, yeah. So I'd sit in front at school. All the teachers knew my name.
Okay, love it.
Yep, my homework done, everything done. Yeah, very focused. No one gossiping about me, no detentions.
Wow.
Yeah, and sometimes I was just too outspoken.
Okay.
So I was that girl raises her hand
all
the time.
I see you. You
questions asked.
That's amazing, eh? So you took your school life, you took it serious.
Yeah, I took it way too serious. But it worked well because I ended up going to college, got my college degree, didn't get pregnant in school. I was ugly anyway.
No, you're mad. You look fabulous. And speaking about looks, you also went into modeling.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So tell us how that happened for you.
Well, I was 19 actually. I just started college and I was majoring in media and mass communication.
Amazing.
So I was working on this film project. I was doing continuity on the set. Yeah. So I had to go to this modeling agency to get pictures of the guys that we were going to audition.
Okay.
So I'm walking in. It was Unique Modeling Agency in Harare. I'm walking in. I'm looking for Kiri Davis. And then she's looking at me. She's like, "Hey, who are you? Are you here to join the agency?" I'm like, "No, I was sent by Mr. Mtasa, my boss at that time."
Yeah.
You know when you're an intern, they send you everywhere.
Yes. Get coffee, do this.
Yes, so I was actually on an errand. So she's like, "No, man, you should be part of our agency." I was like, "No, I'm not that."
Yeah.
Like, no, you're doing this. So to me, because I'm dark skinned, I've always been bullied for being dark.
Sure.
So that's why maybe I was so reserved at school.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually see myself as a
model.
model. Yes, there was a time when we were in high school and then they were looking for Miss Valentine's. We're doing Miss Valentine's at
modeling,
school.
yeah.
And I put my name on the list because I'm tall and slim.
You can model.
And then some mean girls scratched it out. So when they were calling out names, my name wasn't called.
What?
And then I went to the list, I saw my name had been scratched out. So I was like, okay, so maybe this is not for me.
Are you serious? I'm so glad that you actually brought that up because there's so many young people nowadays that gets bullied, even on social media, in schools. It's like a normal thing. Like even adults getting bullied about how you. And I mean, we're all unique. We're all, and it's so funny how it eventually worked out for you.
It destroys your spirit. That's what people don't get. That when you tell someone that you're like this, you're what and not, it affects them internally.
You. Exactly.
When Kiri Davis said to me, "You should join our agency," the first thing I was like,
shame this lady.
No.
Wow, because you obviously didn't believe in yourself.
Yes, I didn't.
Sure.
I was like, okay, people say I'm dark, I'm not
but you're so
beautiful.
Flawless. Your skin is flawless, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't even imagine someone could say something, but it's also people jealousy and all of those things.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad that you brought it up. I mean, it can be also a motivation for people watching. And then you, did a couple of things then modeling wise. Give us a bit of highlights of what you did.
I ended up being a contestant on the Miss Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for me, it was a joke as well. It was just like that. I'm visiting someone at their offices. They're like, "Are you here to sign up for Miss Zim?" I'm like, okay.
You just get to pop in.
Yeah, it just happened by coincidence.
That
and I
is
was like,
beautiful.
okay. They said we're going to Kariba. Let's go. It was a 3 days notice. I went home. I'm like, I'm going to do Miss Kariba. And then I was second princess. And I qualified for Miss Zimbabwe.
Are you serious? But do you see how it works out, eh?
Yes.
When something is set out for you, it's done.
Yeah.
And then you have a love for writing as well.
Yes.
Which we are obviously here for down south. We'll get to this now.
Yep.
How did the love for writing start for you?
That just happened naturally. Maybe because I was too quiet, too reserved.
So you would write your thoughts.
Yes, I would pour all my emotions into writing.
Beautiful.
So first it was, I actually used to write songs.
Okay. we've got an artist out here.
So I'd write songs and sing them to myself.
Yes, girl. You don't need people.
And then it was poems.
Wow.
And then it was a short story. I actually wrote a few short stories.
And Hospital Ghost was one of them.
Yeah, that was the first one that got published. I was 17 years old. I sent it to our local magazine that I ended up interning for as well.
Wow.
And they published it. When I saw it in the magazine, I was like, oh my word.
That is so beautiful. That is
Yeah.
cool. And what was that about? Tell us about that.
It was just... I even remember. It was fiction.
Oh, it was fiction. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I honestly...
Obviously, it's way back. It's okay.
Yeah, that was in
You've been doing
2005.
Yeah, you've been doing things. No stress. Nonetheless, people, you want to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Go get some water, a bit of coffee, but don't be too long. We'll be back talking to Minnie right after the break. And we are back. Welcome to A Walk with Mel. If you just joined us, we're chatting to Minnie-Lee. She's all the way from Zimbabwe, but she's based in Cape Town. And we're here to speak about a new book down south and just got some history about her as a model and going into the new ventures and things that you are doing now. You then, after staying in Zimbabwe, you moved to Joburg. Why the move? What was the expectation? And did it fulfill the expectation that you had?
Okay, for me, moving was more like looking for greener pastures. Because I did a lot of modeling in Zim. I didn't get paid for most of the jobs that I did.
Yeah.
So I applied. I sent my pictures to a lot of agencies in Joburg. Then a few replied to me. And when G3 replied to me, I was like, yay!
You're amazing. Yeah.
Yes. So I packed my bags, told
girl.
everyone that I'm gonna make it in Josie. You're gonna see me on TV.
But Josie is a city of gold, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was it. I just finished college as well. I had my degree. So I was like, okay, so I'll look for a job. I'll be modeling. I'm gonna make lots of money.
Yes, girl. And what was did it happen when you moved to Joburg? What happened when you
Wow, that's another story.
So it did it not work out the way you expected it to work out?
No, it didn't. Okay, what I didn't realize was the modeling industry needed a lot of support.
Yes.
Like family support. And I didn't have that.
Because you were alone, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had to get a place to stay, pay rent, and
survive.
Go to castings. Exactly, survive. So I got a waitressing job. That was the best I could do at that time.
But most artists does that. Wow. And then you obviously moved to Cape Town and now you're doing amazing things. It's always just great how your path goes, like it forces you in a new direction.
So true.
Yes.
So,
what life lessons did modeling teach you?
For me, it was a big confidence boost because, like I was saying, I was that girl. I was outspoken and everything, but I had this thing inside me that's like, I'm not good enough. I'm not perfect.
Yes.
People don't see me the way I would want them to be because of my dark skin complexion, because of the bullying, basically.
Yeah, it's that memory.
Yeah. So when I started taking nice pictures, looking at myself, I'm like, hey, I'm hot.
Get it, girl? You better say that to yourself, okay? You hot.
Yeah, so that was like, wow. And then you go to castings, you're around those beautiful girls, and you're like, okay, I'm actually a part of this.
Wow.
I'm gonna go and audition, and the person in front of me is so pretty, which means I am pretty
So
too.
that it basically gave you
So-
confidence, and it boosted a bit your self-esteem, which I think
yes.
it's a beautiful thing. You
Yeah.
know, I think it's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing I learned.
And I think you need it as well for confidence in business, where you and for you to do
Exactly.
your own thing.
You know what? Today I can walk into any building and say, "Hey, I'm here. I
Hey,
want
now,
this."
yes, and it's gonna happen. You
Exactly.
know, so it's so cool. I mean, down south, it's your experiences,
Yeah,
your
you
opinions,
find
and my
all
life.
that in there.
Yes, people, you need to get this. I've started reading, and I can't put it down. I'm like, yo, Minnie. I like it because it's relatable. It's a story. Tell us, what can people expect when they start reading this book?
Well, it's very personal. Like it says, my experiences, it's my life, and my opinions, and there are a whole lot of opinions in there. So people will, okay, you're going to read a lot about being a woman, life expectations, and that life doesn't always go the way you want it to. There's a lot of racism.
Yeah.
Dealing with older men who want young girls and give them
I know
money
what you mean.
and
Yeah.
all that.
Bless her.
Yeah, the blessers, they're always there.
Yeah, they're all over. Yeah.
Yeah, and motherhood, getting pregnant,
Wow.
falling in love, being heartbroken.
And we all go through those things, so it's
Yeah.
amazing how you
Yeah.
obviously attach it. And where can people get it if they want to? Should they make contact with you? Is
Yes,
it
people
online?
can make contact with me. It's also on Amazon and Kindle. So yeah, you just Google Down South Minnie-Lee Tagweiri, then you
Love
get
it.
it. On
Awesome. And
Kindle.
then also, I mean, I mentioned it to you earlier. What is it like for you? Because I mean, back in the day, women didn't have so many rights like we have now. What is
Yes.
it like for you being a woman of color in the industry that you're in now? I mean, you obviously have your own PR company. What is it like? I mean, it's obviously sometimes it's tough because not everyone takes you serious. But what is it like for you? Do you think things have changed? Is things better?
Well, I wouldn't say things have changed because just today
Wow.
I was struggling the whole day because of the messages that I got from someone that I looked at as a potential business partner.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, okay, so all this time we're talking, this is what you were thinking.
Wow.
So it's kind of hard. It is hard. Like my friend says, your face and your boobs will always get in the way.
Sure.
So I've found myself in boardrooms where there are just men, and I'm the only woman, a black woman for that matter. And every time I talk, people look at me like, okay, she's saying something, but whatever she's saying, do we take it seriously or is it relevant?
Sure.
And fortunately, I've managed to surprise a lot of them to a point whereby they actually take me seriously.
Sure.
But it's not the initial reaction.
I know the first impression.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't do it immediately.
They have to.
You almost have to prove yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to work twice as hard as your male counterpart.
Wow,
That's
that is hectic, eh? Hectic.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, not all men,
Obviously.
but we are in Africa. It's a patriarchal society.
You're so
and
right. You're so right.
Men
And
are unfortunately taught that they are at the top. Women belong to the kitchen.
Sure. Yeah, that old man. Oh, that is an old school mentality. It's not going to work for me. People, it's Minnie-Lee. She's in the building. We're taking a walk with the one and only Minnie-Lee. People, check out this book, Down South. You don't want to miss her experiences, her opinions, and her life. I think it's amazing. A couple of months ago, we actually interviewed a guy that said his advice was we need to start reading books.
Yes.
People
we
need to
do.
start reading. The new generation has to start reading. So get this book, people. We're taking a real quick break. Don't go anywhere. It's Mel and Minnie in the building. Best believe. Welcome to A Walk with Mel, people. We are back. It's a beautiful day and we're having a fabulous time with Minnie, sharing so much knowledge and new experiences. I love when people share the experiences because it's something I can learn from, people at home can learn from. So I think it's amazing that you're sharing. Down South, people, check it out. It's on Amazon. You can also check her out. What I wanted to know now by you is, you've got your own PR company. Tell us when and how that started.
Okay, last year I was struggling a bit. Okay, that was 2016. I was at a point whereby I'm telling myself nothing is working for me. I was working a job that I hated, but I was just doing it to survive so that I can pay the bills, I can take care of my daughter, and that was it. So I actually realized that I'm not happy. So I decided one day that I was going to challenge myself and register a business.
Yes.
So I did that and didn't do anything about it because I was still trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to do? So as someone who actually studied media and mass communication, PR has always been something that I loved doing. So I was like, okay, I'll do PR. And then it was also very hard to get your first client. It's, I don't know, you work for yourself. You know how the struggle is like.
And it's way more hours.
Yeah, it's way more hours. It's also, it's demotivating.
It is. You need to stay motivated all the time.
Yeah. So I struggled a lot and I was like, okay, maybe business is not for me. So it took me a while to actually get a first client. I remember my first invoice was 1,500 and my bills are like 10,000-12,000 rands. And they're like, oh, maybe I should just get a job.
Because it's not, the balance is out. Hey.
Yeah, but anyway, I kept going, kept pushing.
Amazing.
2017 was actually a good year. Yeah.
And then things started picking up.
Yep.
Amazing.
So yeah, I'm happy now.
That is great. What is the vision with you and your brand, your company? What is the vision for you?
Okay, my dream is to be an Oprah Winfrey.
There you have it.
I want to run the media business.
I see what you're saying.
So I would like to grow I call it a media company, even though I'm just doing creative business branding and PR communications right now. And I have a publishing website as well, Beetroot.
Okay.
For young entrepreneurs.
Stunning.
Yeah, so they can share their stories.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Is it called Beetroot?
Yeah, beetroot.today.
Awesome. People can check that out.
Yep.
That is so cool.
It's just different business stories about different people from different backgrounds as well. And then obviously the book. So I just, with our generation, it's like everything has been done already.
True.
And we're walking in other people's footsteps.
Sure.
And we must remember that we are actually the leaders of tomorrow. We're going to be the presidents, the ministers, so somehow we need to wake up and start taking ownership to our lives.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's also cool because you are being the change. I always say it because, you went through a lot when you were younger, but look at you now, like it steered you into the right direction. Now you own your own company and you've got bigger dreams and you're gonna fulfill it because you're ambitious and you obviously keep yourself motivated. What advice would you give your younger self?
I think I'll tell all the young people to stop sleeping, wake up and find that which makes you happy and turn it into an income.
Sure.
Because there are a lot of miserable people out there. Just like me, I was miserable doing something that I didn't like.
But you had to make that choice, obviously.
Yes.
And for yourself, if you look at yourself 15 years ago, what advice would you give yourself? If you look at yourself,
to be daring,
to
be bold,
yes, so well said.
To have a lot of confidence.
But it's so cool how you grew on this journey. You know. So and then Down South again, where can people catch it if they want to get your book?
On Kindle and Amazon.
Amazon, you can check it out. It's Down South, people. And then social media, if they want to, get into contact with you.
Minnie-Lee Tagweiri. There's a page, author, and then there's my personal
Stunning.
Facebook, then obviously Instagram and Twitter.
Love it.
Minnie-Lee Tagweiri. Yeah. all of
Awesome
them.
stuff, man. It's really, really cool to chat with you. I've got some quick fun questions for you that I want to ask, and
Let's
you
do
answer it
them.
as soon as you can, okay? So you just have to choose an answer. So I'm going to give you 3 options. You choose one, okay?
Okay.
Beyonce, Rihanna, or Katy Perry?
Rihanna.
Ah,
She's fun. I can party with Rihanna any day.
Yeah, she looks like fun. Then Denzel Washington, Will Smith, or Idris Elba?
I'd go for Will Smith. That would
Why?
upset Jada, but he's cute and tall.
Yeah. And I think you guys, lengthwise, it will work. Okay, so coffee, tea, or Coke?
Tea.
Tea, Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
Twitter, a sneaker or a sandal?
A sandal.
Okay, and a big party or a small gathering?
A small gathering.
Oh man,
Intimacy.
I see you. That's it from us, people. It's Minnie-Lee. She's in the building. Check her out. Down south, get this book. Let's support our own people. And to the people out there, I hope you guys got a great message today. To the younger people, keep pushing. You can obviously achieve your dreams. That's it from me, Mel, your pal, and the one and only Minnie, signing out. Yeah.